Seplat started in 2010, and a lot of people have come in together to help this company grow from different backgrounds, different IOC, service company, and it was very difficult to really tell, okay, what was the true Seplat character, Seplat way of doing things, Seplat culture. So what defines a Seplat person? And that's the essence of the Seplat way back in 2014.
The SBIP, as we know it, Seplat Rise, was quite much of a needed intervention in terms of business improvement across the organization.
With the help of the collaboration workstream, I loosen up a bit, interact more with other colleagues, get to know my colleagues, particularly those that work from the Lagos office.
Productivity has gone up, and it's actually because we had a workstream called Digital Transformation that put all these things in play.
So based on the learnings from 2014 Seplat character, we looked back and felt there were areas we still need to drive improvements, and that led to the VIP initiative in 2015. How do we collectively deliver value underpinned by integrity at all levels, and also about partnerships, so how do we collaborate? So that was the whole story till 2015 around the VIP. And then from the VIP to 2018, we then looked at a lot of diagnostics about areas we've made lots of progress and areas we had challenges. Based on the extensive consultation and engagement across the organization, our diagnostics, we then launched the 10 work streams which made up SBIP. And the first 4 work streams were safety leadership, asset integrity, collaboration, integrated discipline, execution.
When we bought this asset from Shell and of course the government, the facilities were already aging, and there was the need to put these facilities in proper shape to guarantee continuity in business.
We all started 2017, sitting about 9, then grew up to about 11. The good thing about the team is that it was a commitment from above.
Initially, there was how many people do you get involved? But we overcame that through getting everybody in the company involved. Some of them don't even have a background in technicals, but they love that this business must continue, and they all volunteer.
When we evaluate ourselves, we're like 28% in terms of readiness to comply. And within the period of that 2 years that I was there, we were able to move from that 28% to as high as 90%.
The spirit of comradeship and everything that was there, for me, was a really exciting moment. And another thing too was that these team members, they never shied away from challenges. We want to eliminate flare. We want to eliminate fugitive emissions. We've been able to quantify how much we really emit in terms of fugitive emissions, and we're taking steps to close them out.
In terms of ranking of success, my work stream, asset integrity, will be between the first or the second.
I want to continue it. It's the way of the business, it's the business continuity. We must do it, and I will do it again.
The objective of the safety work stream is to look at reshaping our safety culture and also to drive the safety performance. The major highlight of the work stream was to help reshape the safety culture, and that we were able to do by partnering with environmental resource management company who are being regarded as safety experts. And we came up with a coaching program that is titled Equipping Leaders to Transform Safety Performance. Safety is the bedrock of our business, and it's also a way to sustain the gains that the company has achieved over the years.
Collaboration work stream is actually to break down silos, to make sure that people, wherever they are in the assets at the corporate office, get to work together, get to know each other, get to bond with each other. So very important things that were done. One of them was the live demonstrations. It was one of the tools that helped, coordinate the town hall meetings. Even today, like health and safety is done with Teams live event.
We had the team mixers and events to get teams that we thought were not working very well, to have them speak to each other, have them involved in activities that ensured they worked closely together. We also had the game called Co-League. It was an online gamification game. It was a way of bringing people together. And even though it was a game, you had to learn problem solving, because if you didn't do that, then you were not going to win the game.
TGIF, thank God it's Friday, because people also had to do a lot of social distancing. So there was this forum where in the evenings people get together, have fun, good activities, jokes. So TGIF really helped in bonding people.
Our first DJ, he's in the legal department. He coordinated that very well. And it was always funny when people called him then Amatari. He said, no, this is Amati. Amatari is in the office, It was really something that I always remember.
Coming back to work after the pandemic. So during that time, the collaboration team really designed something to welcome people back to the office.
I think I would really want the organization to continuously emphasize the importance of collaboration.
It's important that we put this forward, all we have learned, and very important also to create platforms for people to relax. The TGIF is really a fantastic idea, so we should never stop that.
In the past 3 years, we worked on this workstream with a major objective to improve project execution, to ensure that the values and the objectives of projects are met by the way the projects are executed. One of our major highlights of our achievements is the post-investment review, a process which we established in Seplat. This is our first opportunity to review projects in terms of the achievements against the set of objectives for those projects to ensure that the value that we promised our stakeholders are normally achieved.
And we applied that by looking at how we did on the Oben gas plant, phase 1 and phase 2, where people that even worked the project got an opportunity to see and understand and appreciate their contributions to the business. And all of that learnings was then documented in a learnings database, which then serves as input into future projects that we get into.
In this process as well, we worked on establishing the Seplat Business Process Registry. It was a bit challenging, we are still on it, but we believe that when we accomplish that, it will help in improving and embedding within the system a disciplined process for most of our projects.
We needed a formal framework for endorsing work. So part of what we did was to look at what's obtainable locally, look at what's obtainable internationally, and come up with a fit-for-purpose framework. We call it a technical assurance framework, which then defines how within Seplat we grow a pool of talented people who will be vested with the authority to approve work at different stages.
I'll use the opportunity to thank all my team members who are putting more time and resources beyond their day job requirements to accomplish all we've done within the work stream.
For me, it's an experience that's worth it, an experience that's worthwhile, and it's definitely something I'd like to do, given the opportunity in another time.
We've benchmarked our existing process model and process registry against a standard EMP company, and we've come up with gaps that we are working through to close.
We try to find out some of the factors that were militating against effective collaboration within the company. So we worked with the IT team to identify some of the applications we already have that actually should promote collaboration.
regarding the challenges of SBIP, the first thing was how to sell or articulate what we're trying to achieve. How do you sell that to the leadership team, and how do you get leadership team support? I think was the very first challenge. But we worked that successfully, and the CEO and the leadership team then gave very, very good support. Once we're through with that, the next one was, how do we then build a guiding coalition across the organization? We said we like work streams made up of Seplat people, take these problems, distill it, bring in expertise where we need help, and then profile solutions, and then drive in implementation. And there's been a very strong legacy, and the areas we've made some improvements since 2010 when this company started. The next 4 work streams are embedding behaviors, and then SCM optimization, communications and engagement, and cost optimization.
The workstream was set up to define and embed the behaviors within Seplat that will align with the desire to deliver on the business strategy. One of the initiatives that I believe has had significant business impact is the work that the workstream did on defining the culture of Seplat. So people are likely to resist change, and it's one of the things that we also experienced as part of what we did within the workstream. But by identifying early adopters and celebrating successes very quickly, we're able to manage some of these challenges. One thing that I would like the organization to take forward as part of this whole program is to continue to try and deliberately build engagement and buy-in at every level of leadership. For me, it's been a privilege and a pleasure to be involved in the program over the last 3 years or thereabouts. And if I had the opportunity to do it again, I think it's something that I'll do with all sense of responsibility.
We're looking at things that constituted bottlenecks, bureaucracies that were maybe impeding speed of delivery, looking at people, attitudes, competence, relationships that would enable delivery, relationship with other departments, even relationships outside the organization that would help that department to deliver on the objectives.
The vision we had was to make SCM as a function more of a solution provider. The problem was that we had inefficient processes, our processes were manual and all that. And the whole idea of optimizing SCM is to make sure that we offer value as a service to the customer.
I think automation was really the biggest one. We were able to get very bright 1 or 2 people within IT that were working with us, working with contract holders, asking them what should we shorten, how can this be more efficient, and then the IT person basically put this thing on the net for us, and that took off.
The one I would remember the most is the fact that from the scratch, the workstream designed and developed an e-tender system, E for electronic, and it's a tool which we use to then interact with suppliers, asking them to send us quotes and proposals and all that. And it was developed from the scratch at no cost to Seplat.
We had a couple of things that were still in the works. We were looking at vendor database. We've already spoken to the department, and we hope it's something they will carry on.
So there's quite a whole host of initiatives that we'll come up with, which we will then continue after SBIP is over. So it's a journey we've started, and then we'll just continue.
I met a lot of people outside my normal relationship. I had people from finance and all over the organization. So that interaction, making new friends, those relationships, I think very much worth it.
So the value creation to the company is one of the reasons why I would do this again without a shadow of a doubt.
So the visions and objectives of the work stream were to improve engagement and communication across the business by putting in place a cross-discipline team to ensure that messages delivered by the company reached all parts of the business in a consistent manner. We had a number of ways of improving communication. They included things like a regular newsletter. So we had the Seplat Rise Digest. We had a moment with leadership team, and we'd also started a QPR debrief session. I think a communications and engagement is an effort that should be lauded. In many of the proposals that we've worked on in the past, it should be continued. It was a great opportunity to work with many parts or many people in different parts of the business. So it was an interesting and a successful exercise that absolutely was valuable to me, to meet new people in different parts of the business, but also to get ideas out of people from different parts of the business and have them implemented across the business.
Going by the motto we had was literally to look at, within Seplat, look at our business, look at our organization and see ways where we can improve, not necessarily reduce, but improve on costs. One thing that sticks out for me personally is the cost optimization week. I think for me that stood out because the message was passed across to everyone. So it was a bit of a mix. There was work, there was play, and there was education. The biggest challenge was really finding time to do the work because you still have your regular work that you're getting paid for. When we're having a meeting, forget who is the boss or who's the lead or whatever, anyone's position, any idea is welcome. Speak freely, get engaged, and I think the team bought into that. But working with people from different departments, you actually also, apart from you interact with them, you sort of know what they do. So it made us more like a family. I think that was fun. So now I have newer friends within the organization I may not have known before, all as a result of this. Without a doubt, I'll do it again.
To think that the name of the program is Rapid Improvement Through Sustained Excellence, and we sustained the excitement, we sustained the passion, we sustained the objective, which is to make sure that within the organization, different aspects in form of work streams looked out for ways to improve and enhance how the organization can achieve results.
So to help us execute the SBIP program, we did set up the PMO, the Program Management Office. Overall, I think the PMO was quite instrumental to a lot of the achievement we made, both at the strategic, at the tactical and operational level, which had huge impact on our business performance.
If I'm going to choose 3 words to describe the early days, I would say it was exciting. I was looking forward to great stuff as well, and it was going to be challenging, no doubt about that. So yeah, we really got started a bit feeling our way through it, not quite sure what was ahead, but with the sort of support we had and the organization rallying around, we kind of knew we were going to go pretty far with it.
I remember it was very overwhelming. It was, I remember being in the plenary sessions, in the brainstorming sessions, and, piecing the ideas and discussions together, collecting all of them. It was a huge one at the time for me, because I was just being exposed to a different perspective of work. I was just being exposed to a new area I wasn't used to. So yeah, it was overwhelming.
The work was so much easier because we had a great leader in Effie who had already created the vision for change, and he was able to articulate the vision that he wanted. He was able to help us to remove the obstacles, and also, we were able to create short-term wins. So when people started to see that, they wanted to engage more, they wanted to be more involved, they were excited.
One of the key ideas came through Millie back in the early days, which was to create the league table where all the work streams came into competition with each other.
I have to say that was one of my fondest memories because, in the quarterly work stream meetings, it was always very entertaining. It was almost like stepping into a war zone. Watching people justify and begging for Millicent not to take points away from them.
It has to be true. And let's give it to Millicent. So I do call her the Iyajebu.
I think my top 3, without being biased, I loved all of them. But my top three would be SCM optimization, asset integrity, and disciplined execution.
My very top one will be collaboration. Next work stream that will be my favorite will be same as Wendy's, which is the SCM optimization. For the third one, I'll probably struggle between asset integrity, because they did quite a lot, although we were told that they fielded overage players, but okay, we can talk about that on another day. But asset integrity, I think they were really up for it. Disciplined execution, they did quite a bit of things, but we wouldn't see the benefit of those now until a bit later in the life of the organization, but they were really top and did quite a lot. I think my top three is not going to really be complete if it doesn't include embedding behavior workstream.
I can't really pick a top three at this point because I've enjoyed working with all 10 work streams. So there is operational excellence, I enjoyed digital transformation, safety leadership, and then there was cost optimization. They did a good work in educating our people on efficiency, in our process management, through cost maximization and all of that. And then there's the communications and engagement workstream. Wow, they did a lot around the QPR debriefs to all staff. So they simply bring the message to everyone and then break it down as each department would understand it. I think that's a very good one we should reckon with.
Yep, without a doubt, we'll definitely do it again. So version 1.0 is done. There will be a version 2.0.
I'll do it again 10 times over. The team was amazing. Like I said, I was humbled by the experience. So yes, without a shadow of a doubt.
Of course, if I had the chance, sure, I'll do it again. So working with John was phenomenal. There were the workstream sponsors, the leads, the members themselves, and then the OD, FEO, amazing. And then there was Wendy. It was good all the way.
I think overall, every improvement or change program you go through, it's almost impossible to achieve all your goals or your dreams or your targets. But at the end of the day, I think there's so much we all got to be proud of. So for me, key subtle part about the win is, how we've discovered so much talent and so much potential in this organization. And I'm really optimistic that the only one direction for this company is to grow and move for what I call from good to great. And in terms of the last two work streams, the operational excellence and digitization work stream.
Going from where we are now to world class and establishing the framework to get to what world class is. That is essentially what the work stream is about. We started digitalizing a lot of things, a lot of paperwork that we were doing before. We started making them electronic, and we did a very big thing in going from paperwork to intrinsically safe tablets being used in the facilities. It encouraged collaboration with other departments. It improved information sharing. Though there were a lot of obstacles, especially during COVID, when everything was halted initially, but because we had a good sponsor that backed us up, supported us all the way, we were able to take some bold steps. So definitely 100% I will participate in any other change initiative that we have as an organization.
In our business, the energy business, digitalization has become a very important aspect of our continuous pursuit of performance. We've seen some really good initiatives occur within Seplat over the last few years. A notable example of that is the SEVAN system, or the Seplat Asset Virtual Management System. This enables us to be able to visualize the production in real-time, production system in real time from the Oban gas plant. The new data warehouse project will provide the foundation for us to access and liberate all of Seplat's digital data. We'll be able to leverage new tools in advanced analytics and artificial intelligence.
Yeah, so the digital transformation vision is that data will be delivered to every Seplat Energy staff at any point in time, day, afternoon, night, doesn't matter. we felt that it was time to change the mindset of the employee, whereby all you needed was probably just a telephone, mobile phone, and your either desktop or laptop. And all that thing is required, and the experience will begin. We've been able to do away with a lot of all those old gadgets. Now, his mobile phone has become his mobile office.
So going forward, I would like to see more focus and more effort and more resources allocated to digitalisation. This is a very exciting space for the company. It's an area where we can really accelerate our performance and get more use from our data and get that data better disseminated across the organisation.
I think there's just so much we're proud of that we've achieved over the past few years. If you go back and look at those years from 2014-15 to date, 6 years, a number of the issues we've made quite good progress on a number of areas, and I really want to say big kudos, really big thank you to the entire organization, the workstream, the sponsors, the leads, everybody in the workstream and the broader bigger Seplat community, and also the board for all the support they gave us. But dear colleagues, we're not out of the woods yet. There's still areas we still have to work on. It's not El Dorado yet. We're not in promised land. But the good thing is we have demonstrated that we can collectively drive improvement. Challenges we did set out to address over the past 6 years, I would say not just the last 3 years. We've made a lot of progress, lots of inroads, and you can see that in terms of performance. So you know what? I think we've done a lot. There's a whole lot of headwind ahead of us, but guess what? The future is bright, and I strongly believe in that future.
The workstream has really impacted me in terms of accountability and delivery.
When we look at Seplat now and we have people that we call the smart worker, I would attribute a lot of it to the digital transformation workstream. It's a high point to me because I look at it that yes, we actually did some good things.
It gave us the opportunity to collaborate. It gave us the opportunity to share ideas as well.
For the period of the program all through, there's a kind of energy around the company. Everybody's feeling among, there's a kind of collaboration.
It actually impacted on my work because it actually makes me to expose me to other persons, other employees across the business, with a singular purpose on how to work to achieve operational excellence for the company and also sustain asset integrity.
With the SBIP, a lot of innovations, a lot of collaboration, and even team building, was actually experienced.
I would provide my support, and I'll continue to be available to meet the objectives of the SBIP even going forward.
In discharging my duties, I will ensure that the integrity of this equipment that I work on will always be very good.
And my promise is to continue what we are doing as a group and take responsibilities in all the projects or activities given for a particular project.
SBIP has created a foundation, so it created an opportunity for us to actually build on that foundation. So SBIP also left us with this excellence culture, and it's something I actually pledge personally to live with.
Hello everybody, that was great to go back through memory lane, everything on the improvement program, the RISE program. Great to hear from the workstream sponsors, the leaders and the members of all the various work streams, the 10 of them. It's been a fantastic program. It's been running now for 3 years, and I guess that everything, there has to come a time where we have to move on and embrace and take on what we've learned through the program. I think what we now need to do is embed it within our organisation and take it to the next level, and that's where we're going. We're taking off, we're leaving the runway, we're on our way up. We're not quite at cruising altitude yet, we're not at cruising speed, but certainly we're going that direction. To finalise this, life is for learning and learning is for life. And that's what we need to do. We need to learn as an organisation, I want to thank everyone who participated in this great program. This is now the bedrock of Seplat. We're going to take it to the next level. It's the Seplat Way, and the future is bright. So thank you once again, everyone. Let's now clap for each other and enjoy the celebration of the RISE program. Thank you.